But I just want to talk a bit about the decreased confidence at the moment in the football index platform. Um, if you go on Twitter, if you go on Facebook, or all across other social and chat platforms, there's a lot of traders who are quite worried. The market at the moment is very volatile. There's certain changes, like with the goal and assist dividends, that people are trying to come to grips with. At the moment, I found as well that the prices are just not moving the way they were. And I just thought I'd share the way that I've been dealing with it, and that's actually been working for me well. Now I'm going to take it back. I mean, I've been on the index for over 2 years, so some of you have only just joined, but I think the majority of us all have the same thing in common, is that when we join Football Index, we're not totally sure about it. Me personally, I didn't know no one who was on it. There was no really any reviews online, and the ones that were very mixed anyway. So when I started, it was very much do your own research and trade small. Now, the majority of people speak to, even if they're starting now, they do the right thing, and they trade small and they don't risk a lot of money. You get a lot of people start with a tenner, £20, £30 maximum, and that's great. That's what you should do. If you're not sure about something, especially something that you're putting money into, you should always de-risk and not put a lot of money in. Now, with that, what we do is we're kind of telling ourselves that, all right, we're going to try this platform. Whether we've heard good things or not, we're going to try this platform. But if it doesn't work out, I've only lost a tenner, I've only lost 20 quid. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to bankrupt me, and I'll know for myself whether this is going to work. And then what happens is, for the majority of us, see, I'm still here 2 years later, and a lot of other people who've enjoyed Football Index, they start making money. They start gaining confidence, and with that confidence, they then deposit more money. Now, of course, now we've deposited more money. We're no longer working with the £10, the £20, the £30. We might have put a few hundred in. Straight away, it opens up the market a bit to us, because now we can risk a bit more money to make more money. And usually when we've got confidence in a platform, we're quite happy now. We're a bit more sure of how the price moves, and we know kind of what it takes to make a profit. So we're happy now to put more money in. And that continues. The more confidence we get, the more money we make, the more money we put in, until we get to a point where we're probably at the limit of the money we can put into Football Index. I know some people have, very big portfolios, still put a little bit in a month. From my point of view, I've got to a limit, and I've kind of been working with that limit, going up, withdrawing, but staying at that limit. But a lot of people do it differently. What I'm trying to say is you get to a peak risk of what the amount of money you would put in when you're fully confident with the platform. And what we do now, we're fully confident. Like I say, we trade higher to make more money. We know certain strategies that work, because we know how the market moves, we know why price moves, so we've got certain strategies built around that work for us. And what happens is we kind of start to become fixed in our mindset. We do things like this, the market will usually react like that, and we will risk this amount to make that amount. And then what happens is, like with the past month or so, the market has been acting very differently, and the confidence has started to leave a lot of traders. We've seen two very experienced traders kind of withdraw. We've seen others who have withdrawn for the time being, so there's a lot of confidence coming out, and the market has changed a lot. Now, with the fixed mindset, obviously we're used to doing things a certain way when our confidence was high and the market was relatively stable, or at least we knew which way it would go majority of times. We're fixed in our mindset, so now the market's going against us. We are struggling to change our risk. We're struggling to change our strategy. And what ends up happening is we're just losing money. So, for example, if you had a strategy where you done A on this day and B on that day, and 9 times out of 10, C would happen and you'd make money. Now what's happening is you need to do A on that day for B to even have a chance to give you C. And that's because the market has changed, the behavior has changed, and you're still trying to trade the way you was before. And what's happening is, because you're now used to the amount of risk you put in because of the confidence you gain from the platform, the profit you're used to gaining, you're still trying to chase that, when really you're back to kind of where you started, right? Which was, you don't really know what's making a price move, and the market is volatile, and you haven't got as much of a clue as how to make profit. When you joined the platform, what did you do in that situation? You traded small and you scaled down, you risked small. So for me, and what's worked for me, the best way to deal with this kind of uncertainness, lack of confidence, volatile market, is just to trade small. And don't raise your expectations to what they were when you was making loads of money. So the next time you buy a player, if your confidence is down a bit because you've been losing money, don't go in with the same amount of risk as you would. Don't turn your nose up at the little £10 profits, the £20 profits, when you've been used to maybe £100 profits, £150 profits. You need to gain your confidence back. So next time you open a trade, go back to basics. Open it with less money, open it with less risk. So if it does go wrong, it doesn't hurt you as much. And even with long-term holds, I had players, I was losing £100 a day out of certain long-term holds. And what was stopping me, and what stops a lot of people selling them, is because you put so much commitment into them in the first place, and they've got massive spreads on them usually, and the commission is also there as well, and you don't want to pay that. But then what happens is, you're looking at these holds a week later, and they've gone way down past what you would have had to pay with your commission and spread. So now you've still got the same spread and commission, but you've lost another big bulk of money. So if you'd have sold at that time, you'd have acted in a way really you knew you should have had to, and not even just sold up, but scaled down. If you're not sure of what's happening, if you're losing a lot of money every day, then it's logical to de-risk. Just take a little bit of money out. Don't worry too much about the spreads and the commission if you're uncertain about what's going to happen with his player. Because like I said, in my situation, one of my long-term holds, I was losing so much money out of him, but because of the spread and the commission, I decided just to hold. I do believe the player will recover, but at that time, and for the short term, I'm not sure what's going to happen. And I felt like I couldn't keep losing that money. I did in the end scale down, but if I'd have scaled down when I should have, when I told myself I should have, then the spread and the commission, I still would have actually been I would have been up, but instead I waited and it just got worse. So long term, whether you're scaling down or you're opening a new short-term trade, go back to basics. Take them little fibers, take them little tenors, gain the confidence back, and gradually, it's working for me. I'm making a little bit of money again. I'm getting confidence back, starting to know how the price moves again, and gradually I'll get back to the point where I was. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And Football Index as a platform, they have got a lot of things to improve on. And whether they keep the goal and assist dividends, I don't know. Personally, I haven't been a fan, and that's probably because I haven't really made any money. I think overall I probably broke even, with in-play trading and everything. But there is a lot of contradictions about the platform, and they do need to improve, but they will get it right. We just got to give them a chance. But when it comes to us losing money, when it comes to our money in our portfolio, that's down to us. So the main point is, you need to change your behavior to suit the market. The market doesn't need to change its behavior to suit you. Okay. And our money is our responsibility. So if you are at the mindset that, I'm a long-term trader, I believe this will recover, I'm not worrying, then that's the best way to look at it. But if, like me, it's kind of affecting you with your long-term holds, then act. Don't regret it later. Just act now, don't regret it later. You can always buy back in at a trade that's going up, rather than, hold on to a trade that's going down. Okay. So yeah, thanks for listening, and I hope that you can hope that you can take some advice there and act accordingly next time. And keep faith with the platform going forward. I'm still very confident that they'll iron out any issues they need to. But at the time being, I've acted, to protect my money, and going forward, I'm sure I'll be at the stage where I can put it all back in again.